chosen one. You are not watching this by accident. This moment was scheduled by heaven before you ever pressed play. What feels like a simple click is actually a divine appointment, a precise intersection of timing where the Spirit of God is reaching into your life right now. Anointed One. Heaven has been watching your journey, the prayers you whispered, the battles you survived, and the faith you carried even when resources were low and answers seemed delayed. Chosen One, I declare and decree in the name of Jesus, the drought over your finances is breaking right now. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough, a moment where sudden elevation, divine wealth transfer, and heaven-sent provision converge. This is not about striving harder or waiting longer. This is about alignment. As it is written, the vision is for an appointed time, and that appointed time is now pressing forward, just as declared in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. Anointed One, what has been held up is being released. What was blocked is being removed. The same God who gives power to get wealth, as written in Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18, is activating that anointing over your life now. Let your spirit be still and attentive. Expectation is holy ground. Faith is being awakened. Heaven is speaking. Stay with this word, because what follows is not information. It is impartation. Chosen One, as you listen to this word, I want you to breathe and allow your spirit to open, because what is being released over your life right now is not ordinary. Heaven is leaning toward you. There is a shift, a stirring, a divine motion gathering around your name, and I can feel it the same way I've felt it in the deepest moments of my own journey. Those seasons when everything felt tight, delayed, or even impossible, yet somehow God was quietly arranging my breakthrough behind the scenes. Anointed One. Every delay, every blockage, every financial drought that has tried to cling to your life is losing its power right now. I have walked through seasons where resources dried up, where connections fell apart, and where it felt like my prayers were hitting a ceiling. But even in those places, God was uprooting curses I didn't even know existed. And that same holy uprooting is happening for you in this very moment. The heavens are opening above you, not as a poetic phrase, but as a spiritual reality. There are blessings that were once held back, tied up, tangled, or delayed, and they are beginning to move toward you with acceleration, because when God decides it is your appointed time, not even the weight of past generations can hold you down. What was stolen from you, opportunities, peace, provision, clarity, is being prepared for return, and not in small measure, but multiplied, restored, poured back with the divine justice that only heaven can orchestrate. I've lived long enough to see God return things I thought were gone forever, and I declare that same redemption over you. Chosen One, divine connections are rising on your horizon. People you have not met yet are being stirred, positioned, and aligned to bless you, favor you, and stand with you. Resources are being drawn to your spirit the way magnets draw metal, not because of striving, but because of alignment. There is an anointing resting on you to thrive, to rise, to step into overflow. You are entering a season where you will no longer live on borrowed strength or borrowed vision. You will lend, you will lead, and you will carry the oil of someone who has walked through deserts but refused to die in them. I've felt this shift before in my own life, that moment when God whispers, "It's time," and suddenly everything hidden begins to surface. This is your moment of more than enough, your moment where the wilderness transforms into a well-watered garden. I've seen God take places of famine and turn them into feasts, and He is doing that for you now, because lack was never meant to be your permanent address. Anointed One, lift your spirit. Jehovah-Jireh is not limited by economies or human systems. He is the source of every good thing, and he has already breathed on the work of your hands. The financial realm around you is shifting. Blockages are breaking. Ceilings are shattering. Curses, yes, even those that followed your bloodline are losing their grip. I have watched God break generational patterns in my own family, and the same mantle of freedom is falling on you. This is your hour to receive divine ideas, heaven-sent strategies, and supernatural creativity. Streams of opportunity are opening new contracts, land investments, partnerships that will not run dry. The wealth meant for the righteous is being redirected to you. Chosen one, there are doors you could not open by effort that will open now by grace. There are accounts that will feel the touch of divine acceleration. There are debts that will disappear, invoices that will be released, lost clients that will return, and missed opportunities that will breathe again. I have seen God resurrect things I thought were dead, and he is resurrecting what concerns you. Overflow is not a dream, it is your portion. Favor is not accidental, it is being assigned to your name. Angels of provision are being dispatched, and the oil of prosperity is being poured fresh on your head. And let me say this from the depth of my own experience. Wealth is not just about comfort. It is about purpose. It is about feeding, building, serving, healing, creating legacy. God blesses what he intends to use, and he is preparing to use you mightily. Every lie that said you were unworthy of wealth is breaking. Every voice that tried to anchor you to lack is falling silent. I know what it feels like to wrestle with money wounds, to fear not having enough, to feel trapped between calling and circumstance. But God healed those places in me, and he will heal them in you. A new confidence is rising in you, not arrogance, but authority. You were created to build, to steward, to multiply. Divine timing is at work. Divine partnerships are forming. Divine instructions are coming. And chosen one, your spirit can already feel the shift. Chosen one, as we continue, I want you to lean in even deeper, because the atmosphere around your life is thick with divine movement. I can sense the same holy stirring that once met me in a season when everything felt like it was collapsing, yet in truth, it was heaven rearranging every piece of my future for something greater. That same rearranging is happening for you. What looks like disruption is actually divine construction. What feels like delay is precise orchestration. Anointed one. You are stepping into a supernatural realignment, one that pulls your spirit out of old cycles and positions you for heavenly elevation. I remember the days when I thought God had forgotten me, when every door seemed closed and every prayer felt unanswered. But later I saw that God was blocking what I wanted because he was protecting what he ordained. And that is exactly what is happening for you now. You are not being denied, you are being aligned. There is a holy shift beneath your feet. Chosen. One, heaven is correcting the trajectory of your life. Every place you felt stuck is loosening. Every area where you felt incapable is being infused with divine capacity. You are being lifted out of the mindset of survival and ushered into the identity of someone entrusted with abundance. I've lived through the transformation from barely enough to God will provide, and I assure you the shift begins internally before it shows externally. You are already feeling that inner stirring, the subtle awareness that you were not created for lack or constant battle. The prophetic truth is that God has been preparing your spirit to handle what your hands will soon receive. Anointed one, the old spiritual ceilings that capped your progress are breaking, and you may have already sensed it. The dreams you tucked away are resurfacing. The ideas you thought were too big are returning with clarity. This is not random. Heaven is breathing on what was dormant. I know what it feels like to shelve a vision because resources didn't match the calling. But I also know the moment God begins to breathe, even dry bones rise. And right now, your financial realm is hearing the command to live again. This is the hour where divine strategy begins to unfold, sometimes in the quiet moments during your commute, in conversations, or even in dreams. Heaven speaks in ways the natural mind overlooks, and you are entering a season where spiritual sensitivity will guide you more than logic ever could. Chosen one, understand this wealth is not coming to you simply because you want it. It is coming because you're being shaped into someone who can steward it without losing yourself. Heaven is not raising spenders. Heaven is raising builders. Heaven is raising stewards. Heaven is raising liberators who understand that financial elevation is not for ego, but for assignment. I've seen people receive blessings they weren't prepared to hold, and those blessings broke them. But I've also seen God strengthen someone from the inside out until their spirit matched the weight of their calling. That is what He is doing in you. Your character is being fortified, your discernment is being sharpened, your capacity is being expanded. You are not becoming wealthy for the sake of appearance. You are becoming a vessel of kingdom resource. Anointed. 1. This is why the warfare has been intense. The enemy does not fight what has no future. The attacks you've endured, financial hits, unexpected losses, emotional exhaustion were not signs of abandonment. They were signs of destiny. I remember moments when it felt like everything was falling apart at the same time, and I questioned if I had done something wrong. But later, I understood the pressure was confirmation that I was close to breakthrough, not far from it. The same applies to you. The pressure you've been feeling is not crushing you, it is crowning you. The spiritual realm recognizes who you are becoming before you see it yourself. Chosen one, you are entering a season of supernatural compensation. What you lost in confusion, God is returning with clarity. What slipped through your fingers in past seasons is circling back with stability. There are financial opportunities with your name on them that no one else can claim. There are people assigned to bless you, not by coincidence, but by covenant. This is wealth that flows with purpose, wealth that builds, wealth that sustains, wealth that multiplies, wealth that releases you into generational impact. And hear me clearly, anointed one. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. The timing of heaven doesn't mirror the timelines of men. While others rushed ahead, you were being refined. While others celebrated quick success, you were being equipped for lasting legacy. I have learned that God's delays are never denials. They are divine protections, ensuring that when the blessing arrives, it won't slip away. Chosen one, open your heart. Heaven is not asking you to strive. Heaven is asking you to surrender, to trust the timing, to trust the process, to trust the God who has never let you fall without lifting you higher afterward. And as you breathe in this moment, I want you to feel the truth settling in your spirit. You are stepping into something supernatural, something sacred, something prepared for you long before you knew to ask. Chosen one. As we step deeper into this divine unfolding, I want you to understand something that many never realize until after their breakthrough. Heaven prepares you long before heaven promotes you. And right now, whether you have felt it or not, you have been in a season of holy preparation. It has felt like stretching, stripping quietness, even isolation at times. You may have wondered why certain doors closed, why certain relationships faded, why certain opportunities slipped away just when you thought they were secure. But anointed, 1. Let me tell you from experience. God removes what was never meant to grow with you, so you are not anchored to the wrong season when your moment of elevation arrives. And your moment is approaching. I feel it pressing against the atmosphere around you. There were times in my own life when I begged God to keep something that felt comfortable, familiar, or convenient, only to realize later that He saved me by taking it away. He shielded me from premature blessings, from people who could not honor my calling, from paths that would have led to spiritual bankruptcy, even if they promised financial gain. You too have been protected more times than you have been disappointed. And heaven is now revealing why. The pruning that hurt you was actually shaping you. The disappointment that humbled you was actually building capacity. The silence that frightened you was actually strengthening your discernment. Chosen one, you are not fragile. You are fortified. Anointed one, you are entering a realm where the resources you need will be attracted to who you have become, not what you once struggled through. This is why your inner world has been shifting. Before God elevates your finances, He elevates your mindset. Before He increases your influence, He increases your spiritual maturity. You cannot carry the wealth of your next season with the fear of your last one, and heaven has been detoxing you from every mindset that once convinced you that lack was normal, that struggle was permanent, or that abundance was reserved for someone else. Those beliefs are breaking, those mental chains are snapping. The spirit of limitation is losing its last foothold over your identity. Chosen one. You can feel the shift in your thoughts, can't you? You are starting to think bigger, dream, clearer desire, more not from greed, but from awakening. This is heaven expanding your spiritual capacity. I've lived long enough to know that God never pours new wine into old wineskins, and you, anointed one, have been transformed into a vessel designed to hold more. More wisdom, more influence, more opportunity, more provision. The kind of provision that moves not only through your hands, but beyond them, into your family, your community, and your kingdom assignment. And as this shift unfolds, heaven is aligning divine connections that will walk with you into your next dimension. Understand this: not every companionship is covenant. Not every supporter is sent. Not every open door is God-ordained. But the relationships being prepared for you now are marked by heaven. They are people who will not compete with your calling, but complement it. People who will see your potential without envying it. People who will carry values, vision, and spiritual integrity that resonate with your own. For years, I walked alone in certain seasons because God was purifying the ground of my relationships. And when He finally released the right voices into my life, everything accelerated. The same is coming for you. Anointed one, divine favor is not random. It is directional. It moves toward alignment. It gravitates toward obedience. It rests upon those who steward what they already carry with integrity. And you have been faithful in the field, even if the field felt overlooked. Heaven has watched you give your best when no one applauded. Heaven has seen you sow in tears, yet refuse to stop believing. Heaven has seen you remain kind when others turned cold, generous when others turned selfish, steadfast when others wavered. And now the spiritual law of sowing and reaping is shifting in your favor. What you planted in hidden seasons is about to manifest in visible ones. Chosen one. You are stepping into a season where opportunities will feel supernatural. Doors will open without explanation. People of influence will be drawn to you without understanding why. The resources you once chased will begin to chase you. This is not fantasy, this is divine alignment. I have walked into moments where the favor on my life could not be explained by logic, and every time it was because heaven had orchestrated something long before I arrived. Heaven is orchestrating for you now. Behind the scenes, conversations are happening about you. Hearts are being stirred toward you. Systems are being shifted to accommodate you. What God has spoken over your life is reverberating through the spiritual realm and pulling your breakthrough into position. Anointed one, hear me clearly, you will not stay where you are. You are rising, you are transitioning, you are evolving into the fullness of who God created you to be. And this elevation will not come with the anxiety of striving, but with the peace of surrender. Some breakthroughs are won through force, but others are received through alignment. And the breakthrough assigned to your life is one you will step into, not one you will wrestle for. Your hands have wrestled long enough. Your spirit has carried burdens heavy enough. This is the season where you will see God's strength made perfect in every place that once felt weak. Chosen one, prepare yourself. Your spirit already senses the acceleration. Chosen one, as we step into this additional part of your divine unfolding, I want you to feel the steadiness of what heaven is building in you. This is a continuation, an expansion, a deeper layer of the spiritual transformation already taking shape within your life. Anointed One Part 4 is about understanding the inner architecture of your rising. The invisible scaffolding heaven has been assembling inside you to support the weight of the blessings that are being released. Because before God expands your territory, He strengthens your inner structure. Before He multiplies what is in your hands, He fortifies what is in your heart. Chosen one. Lately, you may have been sensing waves of reflection washing over you. Old memories resurfacing, old wounds coming back into focus, old emotions that you thought were healed beginning to stir. This is not backtracking, this is cleansing. Heaven is not showing you these things to break you, but to release you from the final pieces of what once held you captive. Every unhealed place inside you acts as a doorway for fear, doubt, or sabotage. And in this season of elevation, heaven is sealing those doorways permanently. You are being healed at a deeper level than before, not because something is wrong with you, but because something great is coming through you. Anointed. One part of this healing has been emotional honesty. You are seeing yourself with clearer eyes now, your strengths, your weaknesses, your triggers, your patterns, your gifts. There's no shame in this clarity. This is maturity. This is spiritual intelligence. I remember moments in my own journey where God forced me to look at the parts of myself I had avoided, the fear of failure, the fear of abandonment, the fear of not being enough. And though it was uncomfortable, it became the turning point that unlocked my next season. You too are standing in this sacred mirror moment, and on the other side of this reflection is transformation. Chosen one. Your relationship with self is being rewritten. Where you once doubted yourself, you are learning to trust your instincts. Where you once dismissed your worth, you are learning to honor your value. Where you once questioned your place in this world, you are now beginning to understand that you were never meant to blend in, you were designed to stand out. Heaven does not elevate the ordinary. Heaven elevates the prepared. And you are becoming that prepared vessel. Anointed one. Your spiritual sensitivity is also sharpening. You may find yourself catching things you once overlooked. Tone, energy, motives, intentions. You may feel a heaviness in your spirit when you step into misaligned environments. You may sense a shift in the air before something happens. This is discernment being activated. This is spiritual sight opening. This is heaven training you to walk by revelation, not emotion. The realm you are stepping into requires clear senses. Wealth in the wrong environment can be stolen. Influence in the wrong circle can be manipulated. Purpose, surrounded by confusion, can be suffocated. And so God is heightening your awareness so that you will never step blindly into anything again. Chosen one part of this awakening is the strengthening of your inner authority. You're beginning to speak to situations differently. You're beginning to challenge thoughts that once controlled you. You're beginning to command peace over your own mind instead of letting chaos shape your emotions. That is not coincidence. You are stepping into spiritual adulthood. You are learning that your words carry weight. Heaven is showing you that your voice is not just for communication, but for activation. What you speak begins to form. What you declare begins to shift. What you agree with begins to manifest. Anointed One, Heaven is calling you to release the final pieces of comparison that have followed you through past seasons. You no longer need to measure your journey against anyone else's. You no longer need to justify your timing, your process, or your pace. The path Heaven carved for you is custom, intentional, holy. What others achieved quickly may take longer for you, not because you are behind, but because what you carry requires deeper foundations. Some blessings are light. Yours is not. Yours is generational. Yours is structural. Yours is transformational. And anything that lasts must first be built slowly and wisely within. Chosen One. What you are experiencing in this moment is inner elevation, the quiet kind of rising that happens before outer success becomes visible. You may not see the full picture yet, but your spirit is already becoming the person your future requires. Your mind is becoming sharper. Your emotions are becoming steadier. Your identity is becoming stronger. Your faith is becoming deeper. And when the blessings arrive, as they surely will, you will not be overwhelmed. You will be ready. Anointed One. Breathe in this truth. Heaven is not just preparing your blessing. Heaven is preparing you to become unshakable when it comes. Chosen One. As we move into this next unfolding, I want you to understand something sacred. Every breakthrough you are stepping into now has been purchased with battles you didn't even realize you were fighting. The victories you are about to taste are not random gifts. They are the harvest of seasons where you stood, prayed, endured, and persevered when quitting would have been easier. Anointed One, Heaven has been watching you, not just your successes, but your endurance. Not just your declarations, but your discipline. Not just your longing for breakthrough, but your commitment to grow, even when the ground felt dry. And now the spiritual scales are tipping. The weight of your obedience has activated a divine release, and the realm of heaven is beginning to pour into your life in ways that will feel sudden yet deeply earned. I have walked through seasons where it seemed like nothing was moving, seasons where I prayed faithfully yet saw nothing shift on the surface. But looking back, I understand now that heaven was not ignoring me, it was incubating me. The silence was not punishment, it was maturation. The delay was not denial, it was preparation. You, Chosen One, have been living in that same spiritual womb, that hidden place where God shapes warriors before He reveals them. And like every womb, there comes a moment when what has been forming must emerge. That moment is now pressing into your life with force, purpose, and supernatural momentum. Anointed One, hear this in your spirit. You are not stepping into wealth by accident. You are stepping into wealth by inheritance. What belongs to the sons and daughters of God cannot remain in the hands of the unrighteous indefinitely. Heaven has been marking the resources connected to your assignment, and now the shift has begun. Some of the opportunities you thought were lost are being revived. Some of the connections you believed had no significance will return carrying keys you didn't know you needed. Some of the battles you assumed were dead ends will reveal themselves as divine setups. And as this unfolds, God is also expanding your internal world. You will notice yourself making decisions with more clarity, evaluating relationships with more discernment, and navigating challenges with more wisdom. This is not self-improvement. This is spiritual elevation. Heaven is maturing your instincts so you won't sabotage the blessings coming toward you. Think back to seasons when you acted out of fear or reacted out of scarcity. You are not that person anymore. The tests you survived rewired you. The losses you grieved deepened you. The prayers you prayed refined you. What used to intimidate you no longer has power over you. What used to overwhelm you no longer shakes you. And what used to delay you will no longer stop you. Chosen one, divine strength is rising within you, the kind that doesn't roar loudly, but stands quietly, unmoved and unshaken. You are entering a level of spiritual authority where your presence alone will shift atmospheres. People will sense the weight of your calling without you saying a word. Doors will open because your feet carry divine recognition. Opportunities will appear because your name is being whispered in rooms you have not entered yet. Do not underestimate the power of the divine spotlight. When heaven highlights you, no earthly system can hide you. Anointed one. This next season of your life requires you to embrace something many people fear: expansion. Not just financial expansion, but spiritual, emotional, and relational expansion. God is stretching your capacity to receive so that you will not choke on the abundance meant for you. I remember a time when God blessed me with an opportunity far greater than what I felt prepared for. My first instinct was to shrink. My second was to question. But heaven was not asking me to be ready. Heaven was asking me to be willing. And once I said yes, the grace to handle it appeared. That same grace is coming to you. Your yes will unlock what your fear tried to disqualify. Chosen one. The wealth coming into your life is not a reward, it is a responsibility. It is meant to fund vision, build legacy, lift others, and move mountains that prayer alone could not move. Money in the hands of the righteous is a weapon, not a temptation, a tool, not a trap, a calling, not a distraction. And you have been chosen because heaven can trust you. You have proven through struggles, scarcity, and storms that your heart remains anchored in purpose, not performance. Your hands are ready to build what God has been dreaming over your life for years. As the windows of heaven open, prepare yourself for divine acceleration. Things that once took months will happen in days. Processes that once felt heavy will unfold effortlessly. You will find yourself in the right places at the right times, speaking to the right people with the right favor resting upon you. You will look back and realize that everything the enemy stole was merely making room for what God intended to multiply. Your story is shifting from not enough to more than enough, from barely surviving to fully thriving, from hoping for breakthrough to living in breakthrough. Chosen one, breathe this truth in deeply. Heaven has decided it is your time. Chosen one. As we enter this next movement of your divine unfolding, I want you to slow your breathing for a moment and recognize what is happening around you in the unseen. There are shifts taking place that you cannot yet articulate, but your spirit has already detected them. You have been sensing unusual stirrings, moments when your heart feels heavy without a clear reason, or nights when your mind feels alert, even in stillness. Anointed One. This is not anxiety. This is spiritual transition. Heaven is repositioning you, and whenever heaven moves someone into a new dimension, the spirit often perceives the shift long before the natural world catches up. Chosen One, you are shedding an old version of yourself, old fears, old insecurities, old survival patterns that once protected you but now limit you. You cannot carry those into the season of wealth, ease, and divine influence that is opening before you. I remember my own transition seasons when I felt like the ground beneath me was moving, yet I couldn't explain why. I questioned everything: my timing, my progress, even my worth. But in hindsight, I see now that heaven was detoxing me from the remnants of who I used to be, so that I could grow into the person capable of receiving what I had been praying for. You, Anointed One, are in that same sacred space. Everything feels more sensitive lately, doesn't it? You find yourself outgrowing conversations that once entertained you, relationships that once felt comfortable, environments you once tolerated. This is because the oil on your life has increased. You cannot fit into the spaces that once confined you. Your spirit has expanded beyond them. And though part of you may mourn what you're leaving behind, trust me, Chosen One, heaven removes only what cannot elevate with you. What is coming is far greater than what is going. Anointed One, let me speak to something deeply personal. The loneliness you've been feeling is not a sign that something is wrong. It is evidence that heaven is sanctifying your atmosphere. There are certain breakthroughs that require isolation because God refuses to let contamination enter your next level. When you're about to experience divine wealth, He creates sacred distance between you and people who cannot steward, celebrate, or protect your elevation. I've lived through this pruning many times. It hurt at first, but in every case what I thought was loss turned out to be preservation. God was not taking people away from me. He was shielding the promise He was preparing for me. And He is doing that same protective work in your life. Chosen One, pay attention to the subtle ways heaven has been redirecting your steps. The places you can no longer enter without feeling spiritually drained. The conversations that suddenly feel too small for your calling. The relationships where the grace has expired. These are not coincidences, these are divine cues. Heaven is saying, rise higher. Your spirit has matured, your discernment has sharpened, and the assignments ahead of you require clarity, strength, and focused obedience. 1. The wealth being prepared for your hands is not ordinary. It is kingdom wealth, strategic, purposeful, generational. This is why the warfare around your finances has been heavy. This is why unexpected setbacks tried to distract you. This is why spiritual resistance seemed to increase the moment you decided to trust God on a deeper level. The enemy attacks what carries influence, and your provision will influence lives, families, communities, and atmospheres. You are not being blessed merely to live comfortably. You are being blessed to carry out divine work that requires resources. And let me tell you something from my own journey. Wealth changes how people see you, but it should never change how you see God. This is why heaven starts by purifying your heart before it ever increases your bank account. Some people collapse under abundance because they never learned to stand under surrender. But you, Chosen One, have been learning surrender through every valley, hardship, and spiritual test you've endured. You have learned to trust God when it was inconvenient. You have learned to worship when it was costly. You have learned to stand when everything around you tried to bend you. Heaven can trust you with prosperity because you have honored God in scarcity. Anointed One. What is coming next will require you to walk with a new level of spiritual authority. The kind of authority that speaks life into opportunities instead of begging for them. The kind that stands firm when fear tries to whisper its lies. The kind that moves boldly, knowing that angels have gone before you to prepare the path. This is not confidence rooted in ego. This is confidence rooted in identity. You are stepping into the identity of someone who has been chosen to govern resources, to shift atmospheres, to influence realms you once felt unqualified to enter. Chosen One, as heaven expands, you be mindful of the thoughts arising within you. Some of them are not fears, they are invitations, not doubts, but discernment, not resistance, but refinement. When you suddenly feel the desire to reorganize your life, restructure your priorities, or upgrade your habits that is heaven whispering, prepare. What you asked for is closer than you think. The greatest breakthroughs often arrive disguised as inner instructions. Pay attention, follow the nudges, trust the whispers. Anointed One, you are standing on sacred ground. Everything in your life is aligning your spirit, your vision, your purpose, your provision. What once felt distant is now drawing near. What once felt impossible is now inevitable. What once felt delayed is now accelerating toward you with force. Chosen One, lift your head. Your season is turning. Chosen One. As we move into this next unfolding of your divine journey, I want you to recognize something profoundly sacred. You are not being elevated into wealth. Only you are being elevated into identity. The shift happening in your life is not simply financial. It is spiritual, mental, emotional, and generational. Anointed One. This is the kind of shift that alters the way you walk, the way you think, the way you speak, and the way you carry yourself. It is the kind of shift that heaven initiates when someone has outgrown who they were and is ready to embrace who they were always meant to be. Chosen One. There have been moments recently when you felt strangely disconnected from your old ways of thinking. You've noticed yourself questioning old limitations, feeling restless around environments that once felt normal, and becoming uncomfortable with behaviors you used to tolerate. This is not instability, it is transformation. Your spirit is maturing faster than your surroundings, and heaven is pulling you into a version of yourself that no longer fits the confines of your past. I remember a time when I felt this same inner discomfort, like something inside me was trying to rise, while everything around me was trying to keep me the same. At first, I resisted it. I thought something was wrong, but eventually I realized that this tension was a sign I had outgrown my old season. And so have you. Anointed One. This is why certain relationships feel harder to connect with now. You're not drifting, they are. You're not changing for the worse, you are being expanded for the better. When heaven promotes your identity, it also shifts the assignments of the people around you. Some were meant for a chapter, not the entire book. Some were meant for the battle, but not the blessing. Some were meant to help you survive, but not meant to walk with you into abundance. Do not mourn what heaven is pruning. For every person who exits, God aligns someone whose presence carries purpose, not distraction. Chosen. One wealth is only one layer of what heaven is releasing. The deeper gift is clarity, a clarity that reveals what truly matters, a clarity that exposes counterfeit opportunities that once impressed you, a clarity that helps you recognize divine timing, discern spiritual traps, and identify environments that nourish your calling. This clarity is a sign that the eyes of your spirit have opened wider, that the fog has lifted, and that your discernment has sharpened. Heaven will never release abundance into hands that cannot recognize what is holy and what is harmful. Anointed One, you've walked through enough confusion in your lifetime. You've trusted the wrong voices, misread the wrong signs, and walked through doors that were not heaven sent. You have learned through experience, painful, precious experience. And now, because of that maturity, heaven deems you trustworthy. Trustworthy to steward wealth. Trustworthy to steward responsibility. Trustworthy to steward influence. Trustworthy to steward the blessings that others would mismanage. The refining you endured is the very reason you are being elevated now. Chosen One, there is something else heaven is preparing you to carry: authority. But not authority that dominates, authority that governs, authority that speaks life, authority that brings order, authority that commands peace, authority that opens doors through presence alone. The kind of authority that comes from surviving seasons where everything tried to break you but failed. I remember a moment in my own journey when I realized that the strength I carried was not born from ease, but from endurance. What once wounded me now empowered me. And the same is happening to you. Your scars are not liabilities, they are credentials in the spiritual realm. Anointed One, this authority will change your relationship with wealth. Instead of chasing money, you will attract opportunities. Instead of fearing lack, you will operate from abundance. Instead of shrinking around influential people, you will stand as an equal. Wealth in your next season will not make you greedy. It will make you generous. It will not inflate you. It will equip you. It will not distort your identity. It will solidify your calling. Heaven is not sending money to make you impressive. Heaven is sending money to make you impactful. Chosen One, feel this truth rising inside you. You are becoming someone who can handle rooms you used to feel unworthy to enter. Something in you is straightening, lifting, awakening. This is self-recognition, a holy remembering of who you were always meant to be. You have carried humiliation, lack, disappointment, and betrayal for so many years that you've forgotten what it feels like to stand fully in your power. But heaven has not forgotten. Heaven has kept a record of every tear, every sacrifice, every seed, every step. And the reward for your faithfulness is now drawing closer with every breath you take. Anointed One, prepare yourself. Your identity is rising before your wealth arrives, because once you know who you are, nothing sent to bless you can break you. Chosen One, as we step into this next sacred progression of your journey, I want you to feel the weight of what heaven is doing inside you, not around you, inside you. Because every external breakthrough begins with an internal awakening. Anointed One, this part of the process is subtle yet powerful. It's the stage where God shapes not just your circumstances, but your soul, not just your finances, but your foundation. You may not fully recognize it yet, but your inner world has been undergoing a quiet revolution. What you once tolerated now drains you. What you once feared now feels small. What you once doubted you are beginning to believe with a strength you cannot explain. This is the evidence that heaven has started the upgrade within you long before releasing the upgrade around you. Chosen One, you may have noticed your appetite changing. Not physical appetite, your spiritual and emotional appetite. Conversations that revolve around gossip, scarcity, fear, or mediocrity no longer satisfy you. They actually feel heavy. The kinds of people you once felt comfortable around now create an inner dissonance. And the environments you once adjusted yourself to now feel too small for your spirit. This is not arrogance. This is elevation. The anointing on your life has intensified. Once heaven increases the oil you carry, your old identity becomes too tight, like clothes that no longer fit a growing body. I remember a time when I tried to remain in places where my spirit had outgrown the environment. No matter how hard I tried to shrink myself, heaven kept pulling me upward. Eventually I realized that discomfort is often the first sign of divine promotion. Anointed one. You are being prepared for a realm where expansion is the norm, a realm where increase is expected, a realm where abundance is a natural expression of your calling. But before God enlarges your territory, He enlarges your inner strength, your inner clarity, and your inner discipline. This is why you've been feeling more reflective, why you've been evaluating your habits, why you've been sensing a new seriousness growing inside you. Not heaviness, seriousness. A seriousness about purpose, a seriousness about alignment, a seriousness about the life you want to build and the legacy you want to leave. This is wisdom rising. This is maturity forming. This is heaven preparing you to be a steward, not just a receiver. Chosen one. The next level of your life will require you to walk with a depth you did not even know you possessed. You will be required to manage opportunities with discernment, relationships with wisdom, and finances with intentionality. Heaven is not just transferring wealth to you. Heaven is entrusting you with influence. Influence over choices, environments, and even atmospheres. Influence that comes not from noise but from presence. Influence that flows not from pressure but from purpose. Influence that is not forced but felt. And you have already begun noticing that people respond to you differently now. Some approach you with more respect, others look at you with unfamiliar curiosity. Some even distance themselves, not out of rejection, but because your elevation exposes their stagnation. All of this is part of your spiritual repositioning. Anointed one. Something else has been awakened in you: courage. A quiet, steady courage that doesn't roar but stands. A courage that whispers, "I'm not who I used to be." A courage that pushes you to take small but bold steps toward your calling. You've been feeling nudges to start new things, revisit abandoned dreams, or step outside routines that once felt safe. These nudges are not random thoughts. They are divine invitations. Invitations to move. Invitations to shift. Invitations to rise. I know how terrifying those nudges can feel, how they stretch you, how they challenge you, how they confront your doubts. But every major transformation in my life began with a whisper that didn't go away. And when I finally responded, the grace I needed appeared. The same grace will meet you the moment you say yes. Chosen one. Heaven is also refining your environment. People who lack integrity will naturally fall away. Those who drain you emotionally will become distant. Those who cannot celebrate your growth will reveal themselves. This is not betrayal. This is purification. Before God crowns someone with favor, He cleans the room around them. You are being elevated into a season where distractions cannot follow you, and heaven is cutting ties with precision. It may feel lonely at times, but this loneliness is sacred, intentional, protective. In this solitude, your spirit is expanding. Your vision is sharpening, your intuition is strengthening. You are hearing God more clearly because there is less noise around you. Anointed one, you are on the edge of stepping into a version of yourself that will shock even you. A version that is bold without arrogance, stable without hardness, prosperous without pride, and generous without exhaustion. This next dimension of your life will not just change your finances, it will change your voice, your posture, your thinking, your confidence. You will stop second-guessing your greatness. You will stop apologizing for your anointing. You will stop shrinking to fit into places you were meant to outgrow. And you will begin walking with the assurance of someone who knows they are backed by heaven. Chosen one. Everything is aligning. Your identity, your purpose, your capacity, your path. You are moving into a season where who you are finally matches what God has always had for you. Chosen one. As we continue into this next sacred progression of your journey, I want you to sit with this truth. You are stepping into a season where heaven is not just watching you, it is responding to you. Every prayer, every tear, every sacrifice, every act of obedience you made when no one was looking has been recorded in the spiritual realm, and now the response is beginning. Anointed one. The movement around your life is not random. The shift you feel is not imagination. The stirring in your spirit is not emotional hype. These are signs that heaven has begun unlocking what was once sealed, releasing what was once delayed, and accelerating what was once slow. You are entering a dimension where divine timing and divine provision meet, and when those two forces collide, nothing on earth can remain the same. Chosen one, think back to moments when you felt overlooked, moments when you applied for opportunities and were rejected, moments when you gave your best but received little in return, moments when others were chosen ahead of you. Those seasons were not evidence of your inadequacy, they were evidence of your protection. Heaven did not withhold opportunity from you, it withheld premature exposure. You were not ready for the level you desired then, but you are becoming fully prepared for the level God is calling you to now. Every delay has been developing your discernment. Every no has been sharpening your vision. Every loss has been cultivating humility and spiritual intelligence. And now heaven is saying the preparation is complete. Anointed one, you have grown in ways you do not even recognize. You have matured emotionally, learning to respond instead of react. You have matured spiritually, learning to trust instead of panic. You have matured mentally, learning to strategize instead of scramble. This internal growth is the foundation upon which your financial and generational breakthrough will stand. God will never build greatness on instability, and that is why He strengthened your inner world first. You are steadier now. You are clearer now. You are more aligned now. This is why you feel the shift so intensely. This is why your spirit feels both excited and unsettled, because heaven is preparing you for what your past self could never have carried. Chosen one. One of the most important things happening right now is the spiritual reordering of your relationships. You may have noticed that the dynamics around you are shifting. Some people are suddenly distant, others are strangely irritated by your growth, and some feel like they can no longer connect with you the way they used to. This is not personal, it is prophetic. When heaven begins elevating someone, the spiritual compatibility around them changes automatically. People who were aligned with your old season cannot breathe at the altitude of your new one. Environments shift before blessings arrive, and heaven is removing anything that cannot survive where you are going. Anointed one, do not cling to what heaven is trying to release. Some people were only assigned to the version of you that you have now outgrown. They were companions for the wilderness, not partners for the promised land. Others were sent to teach you discernment, not to walk with you into destiny. And some were simply lessons, beautiful, painful, necessary lessons. Let them go with peace. Let them go with gratitude, but let them go. Your next season requires covenant connections, not convenient attachments. Chosen one. Now let's talk about something deeply spiritual and deeply practical: divine opportunities. In the coming chapters of your life, opportunities will not trickle, they will pour. You will experience moments where more than one door opens at the same time. You will encounter conversations that shift your thinking in minutes. You will meet people who can do for you in days what you could not achieve in years. But hear me clearly, not every opportunity is heaven sent. Some are distractions in disguise. This is why your discernment has been sharpened. Heaven is teaching you to distinguish between invitations that flatter you and invitations that align with you. One builds your ego, the other builds your destiny. Anointed one, wealth is coming, but so is responsibility. Influence is coming, but so is stewardship. Elevation is coming, but so is refinement. Heaven is not just blessing you, it is trusting you. And trust requires maturity. Trust requires wisdom. Trust requires spiritual sensitivity. You are being prepared not only to receive abundance, but to sustain it, multiply it, and use it for purpose, not pride. This is why God has been expanding your vision lately. This is why you feel drawn to higher standards, financially, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Heaven is not raising you for mediocrity. Heaven is raising you for mastery. Chosen one. The version of you emerging right now is someone of depth, clarity, and authority, someone who speaks with intention. Someone who makes decisions from alignment, not fear. Someone who carries the weight of destiny with grace. And because of this evolution, your future cannot help but shift. Divine timing is meeting divine readiness, your readiness. And when those two meet, breakthrough becomes inevitable. Anointed one, breathe this truth in: you are not preparing for blessing. You are becoming the blessing. Chosen one. As we step into this next sacred outpouring, I want you to recognize that you are entering a season where heaven is not only aligning circumstances around you, it is aligning you within yourself. Every breakthrough begins internally, long before it manifests externally. Anointed one, the abundance you are being prepared for requires a new level of inner clarity, resilience, and authority. Heaven is shaping you into someone who can hold what is coming without crumbling under its weight. You're being prepared not simply to receive, but to reign; not simply to grow, but to govern; not simply to survive, but to multiply. Chosen one. You might have noticed that the way you process challenges has changed. You don't panic the way you used to. You don't collapse the way you once did. There is a steadiness in you now, a deeper trust, a matured faith. These are not small shifts. These are signs that your inner life has been elevated. When God prepares someone for significant wealth and influence, He strengthens their emotional and spiritual infrastructure first. You are becoming someone who is stable enough to carry what once would have overwhelmed you. This stability is a sign that heaven has solidified your foundation. Anointed one. One of the most powerful changes unfolding in your spirit right now is the sharpening of your inner voice. There was a time when you doubted yourself constantly, when confusion clouded your decisions, when fear disguised itself as caution. But now your inner compass is becoming clearer. Your intuition feels louder. Your discernment feels deeper. You are beginning to trust that inner pull, that spiritual nudge, that quiet whisper that comes when your mind is still. This is what happens when heaven increases your sensitivity. Your spirit becomes tuned to divine frequency. Chosen one. You are no longer led by impulsive emotions. You are being led by divine intelligence. That intelligence shows up as peace when something is right, and heaviness when something is wrong. It shows up as sudden clarity when thinking about the future, or sudden discomfort when entertaining the wrong paths. Pay attention to these shifts. They are heaven's way of guiding you toward what is aligned and away from what is assigned to drain you. I've learned from experience that the Holy Spirit rarely shouts, He whispers, and those whispers become unmistakable when your heart is aligned. Anointed. 1. Let's speak about something you may not realize yet. You are walking out of old emotional patterns. Patterns of self-doubt, patterns of overthinking, patterns of feeling unworthy or unprepared. These patterns were built in seasons of survival, but you are no longer in survival mode. Heaven is rewriting the script inside you. A new boldness is rising, a new confidence is forming, a new sense of belonging is emerging. You are beginning to understand that abundance is not an accident for you. It is your inheritance. Chosen one, you are also becoming more grounded. You are no longer swayed by external noise, no longer manipulated by guilt or pressure, no longer influenced by people who do not carry spiritual clarity. This grounding is a sign of maturity. It shows that your roots are now deep enough to withstand any storm. Abundance requires grounding. Influence requires grounding. Purpose requires grounding. And you have developed the kind of spiritual stability that cannot be easily shaken. Anointed. 1. Heaven is also healing an area most people overlook: your relationship with money itself. For so long you may have feared it, chased it, doubted it, or felt unworthy of it. You may have associated money with stress, conflict, loss, or inconsistency, but your mindset is being renewed. You are beginning to understand that money is not a master. It is a tool, a servant, a resource. And in the hands of someone chosen, it becomes a force for good. Chosen one. I want you to notice something. Your vision is expanding. Not the vision others gave you, but the one God is awakening inside you. You are beginning to see beyond your current reality. You are imagining possibilities that once felt unrealistic. You are feeling inspired to build, create, elevate, and invest in ways you never considered before. This expansion of vision is not random, it is prophetic. Heaven always enlarges a person's imagination before enlarging their territory. Anointed one. You might even be experiencing ideas that come unexpectedly during rest, during prayer, during quiet moments when your spirit feels open. This is the divine download. This is spiritual impartation. This is heaven giving you glimpses of the future you are being called into. And these ideas carry weight because they are not wishful fantasies, they are assignments. Chosen. 1. Understand this. You are being positioned as someone who will break cycles. Cycles of poverty, cycles of limitation, cycles of fear, cycles of settling. You are the one heaven has chosen to shift the generational trajectory of your bloodline. The abundance coming to you is not just for you, it is for those who will come after you. It is for the legacy that will carry your name long after you leave this world. Anointed one, every transformation you feel internally is leading you toward a future filled with divine stability, supernatural provision, and spiritual authority. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you were always designed to be. Chosen one. As we move into this next sacred unfolding, I want you to truly let these words settle into the deepest chambers of your spirit, because part 11 is not just revelation, it is realignment. Anointed. Heaven is not only preparing something for you, heaven is preparing you for something monumental. What is approaching has weight, purpose, legacy, and divine strategy woven into it. This season is not about merely receiving a blessing. It is about becoming a vessel capable of carrying generational transformation. You are stepping into a realm where your decisions will echo beyond your lifetime, influencing your lineage long after your voice is silent on this earth. Chosen. 1. You have been sensing something new rising within you, an inner strengthening, an inner sharpening, an inner awakening. You feel more aware of your own patterns, more conscious of your desires, more intentional about your choices. This is heaven maturing you. You may not even realize how much you have changed, but your spirit does. You respond differently now. You think differently. You rise faster after disappointments, you recover quicker from setbacks, and you discern sooner when something is not aligned with your destiny. That internal shift is evidence that heaven has been pruning you for promotion. Anointed One, heaven is elevating your character because the blessings approaching your life require integrity, wisdom, and emotional balance. The next level of influence you are stepping into cannot be carried by small thinking, impulsive decisions, or unresolved wounds. This is why your heart has been under deep spiritual renovation. You've been feeling old hurts surface, not to torment you, but to release you. You've been revisiting memories, not to reopen the pain, but to remove the residue. You've been shedding attachments, not to create emptiness, but to create space. Heaven cannot pour new oil into a vessel that still leaks from yesterday's cracks. And so you are being repaired, restored, refined, chosen. 1. Your emotional world is stabilizing in ways you once thought were impossible. You are no longer as reactive as you used to be. You no longer spiral over things that once consumed your mind. You no longer seek validation from places that were never meant to affirm you. This emotional evolution is not just maturity, it's preparation for spiritual responsibility. Wealth requires emotional stability. Influence requires clarity. Leadership requires self-awareness. Purpose requires inner strength. And heaven has been quietly cultivating all these qualities within you. Anointed One. A major part of this season is your relationship with timing. You are learning that divine timing is not about waiting passively. It is about preparing actively. You are beginning to understand that not everything delayed is denied, and not everything immediate is ordained. You are no longer chasing what is fast. You are now attracted to what is aligned. This is maturity. This is foresight. This is divine wisdom building structure within you. You have stopped trying to force doors open and started waiting for the doors heaven has already assigned your name to. That shift in your relationship with timing is one of the clearest signs that you are spiritually ready for elevation. Chosen One. You have also been noticing changes in how you manage energy, yours and others. You are more protective of your peace, more selective about your circle, more aware of who drains you and who strengthens you. You have begun to withdraw from people who bring chaos and draw closer to those who bring clarity. This is heaven refining your environment. God always purifies your circle before He multiplies your influence. You cannot carry everyone into your next season, not because they are bad people, but because not all are assigned to your elevation. Some would slow you, some would misunderstand you, some would resent your growth, and some would sabotage your blessing unknowingly. Heaven is ensuring that your environment is aligned with your assignment. Anointed One, heaven is also training your spiritual authority. You are learning to speak differently, to speak life, to speak vision, to speak from identity instead of insecurity. You may have noticed that your words carry more weight now. When you declare something, it manifests faster. When you speak over situations, they shift. This is not coincidence. This is activation. Heaven has increased the authority inside your voice because the next season of your life will require you to command, not beg, decree, not doubt, stand, not shrink. Chosen one. You are also being prepared for a deeper level of responsibility. With wealth will come stewardship. With influence will come impact. With elevation will come accountability. Heaven is building you into someone who can manage what is coming without being overwhelmed by it. This is why the lessons have been intense. This is why the stretching has been uncomfortable. This is why the growth has felt relentless at times. The weight of your calling requires the weight of your preparation. God is not giving you a small assignment. He is giving you one that will outlive you. Anointed one, you may feel like you have been in a holding pattern, circling the same mountains, revisiting the same tests, confronting the same emotions. But what you don't realize is that each cycle has lifted you higher. Each test has strengthened you deeper. Each lesson has sharpened you further. You have not been circling, you have been ascending. Chosen one, breathe this into your spirit. You are being shaped into someone who can handle miracles, and miracles are on their way to you. Chosen one. As we step into this final movement, I want you to understand that what is unfolding now is not just the closing of a chapter. It is the awakening of a destiny that has been waiting inside you since the beginning. Anointed one. This last portion is not an ending. It is an activation, a spiritual ignition, a divine commissioning. Everything you have endured, survived, pushed through and risen above has been leading to this moment of revelation. You were never walking toward breakthrough. Breakthrough was growing inside of you. And now heaven is ready to unveil the fullness of what has been maturing in the hidden places of your life. Chosen one. As you look back over the battlefield of your past seasons, you will begin to see the markers of divine fingerprints everywhere. Times when you should have fallen, but grace caught you. Times when you should have broken, but strength rose from nowhere. Times when you felt alone, yet something guided you, protected you, covered you. These were not coincidences. These were the whispers of heaven, ensuring that you survived long enough to reach this prophetic turning point. You are still here, not because life was easy, but because God was faithful. And that faithfulness is now evolving into fulfillment. Anointed one, you have crossed into a territory where the old versions of yourself cannot follow. The fearful self cannot come. The insecure self cannot come. The weary, doubting, overthinking version of you cannot enter what is being opened. Heaven has closed the door to who you were because the realm you are stepping into requires the identity of someone who knows they are chosen, someone who knows they carry divine backing, someone who knows that they are anointed to build, to lead, to rise, to transform. You are stepping into that identity now, not slowly, not gradually, but boldly and unapologetically. Chosen one, you may feel a mix of excitement and trembling as you sense this shift, and that is holy. Heaven often introduces the future through spiritual tremors, tiny vibrations in your spirit that say, something is coming. Prepare yourself. I have felt these tremors myself, and each time they signaled a life-altering blessing that arrived not by effort, but by alignment. And that is the same reality now unfolding for you. You are aligning with something larger than your own plans. Heaven is positioning you in ways you did not even know were possible. Anointed one. This is the moment where heaven begins to restore everything you lost, not in equal measure, but in multiplied form. The relationships that broke you, the opportunities that slipped through your hands, the resources that dried up, the years that felt wasted. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was lost without purpose. Heaven was storing those things in a higher realm, preparing to return them in a form that carries more strength, more wisdom, more influence, and more stability than before. Restoration is coming, but not in the shape of the past. Restoration is coming in the shape of destiny. Chosen one. You are also entering a season of supernatural visibility. For so long you walked faithfully in silence. You served quietly. You worked behind the scenes. You prayed when no one saw you. You endured battles that no one knew you were fighting. But the season of hiddenness is ending. Heaven is lifting the veil from your life. Your name will begin to surface in places you never stepped into. Your presence will be requested in rooms you never imagined entering. Your influence will be felt by people who have never met you. This is divine visibility that flows not from ambition, but from assignment. Anointed one, as heaven elevates you, do not shrink. Do not apologize. Do not question whether you are worthy of what is coming. Worthiness was never a qualification. Obedience was. And you have obeyed in seasons where obedience cost you comfort, connection, and certainty. Heaven rewards obedience with territory. You are being given new territory, not just physical, not just financial, but spiritual territory. Territory in influence. Territory in authority. Territory in impact. Territory in legacy. Chosen one. Something else is being released over your life, divine acceleration. Things that once took years will now take months. What once required struggle will now unfold with ease. The people you once had to chase will now pursue you. The opportunities you once prayed for will now collide with you. Heaven is collapsing time on your behalf. This acceleration is not random, it is inheritance. When heaven says it is your time, everything speeds up to meet the timing of God. Anointed one, you may notice that your prayers are shifting. You are no longer praying from desperation, but from authority. Not from fear, but from partnership. Not from survival, but from alignment. This shift in prayer posture is a sign that your spirit has risen to match your calling. You are praying as someone who knows heaven hears. You are praying as someone who knows angels move when you speak. You are praying as someone who knows breakthrough follows your voice. Chosen one. As we close this part, feel this truth saturating your spirit. You are not just walking into a new season, you are becoming a new vessel. A vessel capable of carrying divine wealth, divine wisdom, divine influence, and divine assignment. What is coming will not overwhelm you, it will reveal you. It will show the world what heaven has always known about you. Anointed one, breathe deeply. Lift your spirit. The mantle of abundance, authority, and supernatural provision is resting upon you now. Chosen one, this is your kairos moment. Heaven has already set the transfer in motion, and the breakthrough you've been waiting for is now rising to meet you. Anointed one, may the blessing of divine provision cover you. May clarity guide you, and may every step ahead be ordered by God's perfect timing. Walk forward with faith, with boldness, and with gratitude, for what is coming is greater than what has been. If this word confirmed what your spirit already sensed, declare it below, share it with another chosen one, and stay connected for more prophetic alignment. Your rise has begun.